what you eat, drinking water, exercising and looking after your mood. So the focus of today's session is really going to be about how do you look after your mood and some tools to use for that. But that's a solid foundation that you really need. So if you have a really poor diet, for example, it's the first thing I do when I'm working one-to-one is we look at everything like that. What are you eating? So for example, you know, if you drink 3 or 4 cans of Red Bull or Monster or something like that a day, and you're kind of feeling like you're suffering from anxiety, you could just be intaking too much caffeine. Or if you know, have like a diet with no kind of vegetables or fruit in it, then your nutritional needs are not, so your vitamin levels will deplete, which will also start to make you feel tired and lethargic. So that's really important, as is sleep. And everybody that knows me knows how much I love my bed and I love my sleep. But I wasn't always like that. I used to, you know, really struggle with sleep actually. And that's something that took a long time to overcome. And that was again to do with anxiety and worry. But now I sleep like a baby. Exercise, yeah, again, really important. Again, I know we're kind of limited to what we can do at the moment. You know, we can't hit the gym, but there's things that we can do in terms of just keeping our bodies moving. It's really good. Your physiology, your body moving is really good for the mind. And I'm going to talk a wee bit more in depth about mood and the kind of what we can do to create our happy hormones when we go through this a wee bit more. So that's a solid foundations. That's how you build, that's where you build from. So if you're having problems with your sleep or any of these bits, that's the first bit to tackle, is get the water into you, start eating well, start looking at your sleep hygiene. And again, we'll talk about these things in a wee bit more detail as we go through the kind of collective process. But, you know, sleep hygiene in a summary is, you know, like no screen time before, you know, an hour before bed, relaxing the body into a state of sleep, no caffeine, that kind of stuff. You know, that's really important to feel rested, because then the brain has recharged. So I always bang on about it. And if that bit is not, you know, flexible, or there is no change there, then the other stuff's going to be really hard to get on board. Does that make sense? I hope so. Let's see. Okay, just checking in. Is everybody still here? Still got everybody live on here. Brilliant. Okay, so this is my water, but I'm not a big fan of water. So what I do is I have a little bit of diluting juice in it. So if you struggle with water, that's also all right. Sometimes I'm really fancy and I put like a lemon and lime in it, but I don't have anything like that today. So let's talk about what worry is. I think at the moment, lots of people are worrying because of what's happening. It's been a very intense 7 weeks, very, very intense 7 weeks. And it creates an environment where worrying becomes commonplace, because not only are you internally worrying, every conversation you're having is worrying, every piece of media that you're consuming is worrying. But what essentially